Welcome back to Stoic Pulse. In today's video, we're exploring a question that has been asked for centuries. How can we be truly happy? In a world filled with distractions, uncertainties, and challenges, happiness can sometimes feel elusive. But what if the secret to lasting happiness isn't found in external circumstances, but within ourselves? Today, we're diving into Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers timeless wisdom on how to find happiness, regardless of what life throws at us. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness isn't something that happens to us, but something we cultivate within. It's about changing how we view the world and how we respond to what happens to us. Let's explore some of the key Stoic principles that can guide us to happiness. The first principle is simple but profound. Focus only on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In life, there will always be things beyond our control. The weather, other people's actions, or unforeseen circumstances. But our thoughts, reactions, and attitudes are entirely within our control. True happiness, according to Stoicism, comes from focusing on these inner elements. When we stop stressing over things we can't change, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Instead of wasting energy on what's out of our hands, we focus on responding thoughtfully, calmly, and rationally. This is the foundation of Stoic happiness. Next, we have a practice that Stoics like Seneca swore by: gratitude. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, Stoicism reminds us that happiness begins with appreciating what we already have. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." When we regularly take time to reflect on what we're grateful for, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess. This simple act can transform your perspective and lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment. Whether it's your health, your relationships, or the simple joys of life, there is always something to be grateful for. Now, here's a paradox that might surprise you. Embrace adversity. Stoicism teaches us that challenges, setbacks, and hardships aren't obstacles to happiness. They are opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Life is full of struggles, but they don't need to diminish our happiness. Instead, they can strengthen us. Every difficulty we face can teach us valuable lessons: resilience, patience, and inner strength. Stoics believe that hardship is an essential part of life's journey, not something to avoid. When we embrace adversity with a Stoic mindset, we stop seeing challenges as threats and start seeing them as opportunities to improve ourselves. We learn to adapt, grow, and thrive. And that's when happiness truly begins to take root. Another powerful Stoic principle is living in harmony with nature. What does that mean? It means understanding that we are a part of a greater whole, that the universe operates according to its own laws, and that we are not separate from it. Epictetus said, "What is in our power is not the course of events, but the way we respond to them." When we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, we stop resisting what happens. We learn to accept the cycles of nature, both the highs and the lows. Stoics remind us that, just like nature, we must flow with life, not against it. By accepting what comes our way, we find peace and contentment. Nature doesn't rush or resist, it simply flows. When we learn to do the same, we cultivate a deeper sense of happiness, free from the tension of trying to control the uncontrollable. Perhaps the most important Stoic lesson on happiness is this: true happiness comes from within. It's not found in possessions, achievements, or approval from others. It's cultivated by how we think, how we react, and how we choose to live. Stoicism teaches us that happiness is not about external circumstances. It's about mastering our own mind. It's about cultivating inner peace, regardless of what's happening outside. When we let go of the idea that happiness is something to be achieved or obtained, and instead focus on being content with who we are and what we have, we discover a deeper, more lasting happiness. Finally, accept life's impermanence. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the understanding that everything in life is temporary, including our problems, our joys, and even ourselves. Marcus Aurelius said, "Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life." By accepting that life is fleeting and that nothing lasts forever, we can stop clinging to things, whether they are possessions, people, or outcomes. When we accept the transient nature of life, we become more present, more content with the now, and less fearful of loss. So, how do we find happiness? According to Stoicism, it's not about searching for it outside of ourselves. It's about changing our mindset. By focusing on what we can control, practicing gratitude, embracing adversity, living in harmony with nature, understanding that happiness is internal, and accepting life's impermanence, we can find true contentment. I hope these Stoic principles help guide you toward a deeper, more lasting happiness. Remember, happiness doesn't come from things, achievements, or other people. It's something you cultivate within yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from these timeless teachings. And leave a comment below. How do you find happiness in your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts.